Let's explore the moody side of mixed media today. We're using Sepia and Payne's Gray to build a grid of intuitive abstract landscapes, focusing on texture, mark making, and pure creative play. Let's get started making something fun. Okay, so we're going to start off on our Canson cold press paper here with some mark making. I'm just going to kind of draw over these pieces just to make some lines, just to get loosened up. Hold our pencil in a different way. Give it a little bit more dynamic moves. I don't want these all to be the same. I really want to experiment with, some different line quality. So this is the Lyra 9B. This is going to give us some very bold marks. Get it a little wet. Really get in there and make some marks. This is probably going to spread out a little bit. So we want to make sure that it's okay if it mixes a little bit, but the charcoal will, or the graphite will move. You could put a layer of gesso down if you wanted to do that. I'm not going to worry about it, I don't think. I just wanted some bold marks through there. So we're going to be working with the Sepia from Schmincke and the Payne's Gray from Cotman. I'm just going to spritz down lightly my paper. And then we're just going to use this like a marker. We're just going to make some marks to start. I don't want anything too crazy here. I'm not even sure. I'm just squeezing a little bit to get some paint out. Let's come in with some of the Payne's Gray. Just to get color down is all we're doing right now. Not really thinking about what it's going to be. Kind of trying to preserve the white space. A little goes a long way. So you don't want to get too much color down too quickly. I'm going to spray again. And come in with a pretty stiff brush. This is just an acrylic brush, but it works really well to move the paint around. So let's just kind of start pushing the paint and see what we get. We have that graphite that kind of snuck in there. But even those lines are kind of fun. So I think I'm going to do, you can see how pigmented this is going to be. Bring in a little bit more of that. Maybe do some scratching back in. And this is more of a wet on wet technique. Really want to push those colors up and drag them around. It's okay if we get a little cross-pollinating there of browns and sepia. You can see how the stiff brush really gives us some good marks. But I kind of like how the graphite is coming through there. It's pretty fun. Again, try to remember our white spaces. We don't want everything covered up. This is just our first wash. I am cleaning off my brush a little bit. Oh, got Q. Oh, that's a fun mark with the with the towel. I've switched to these microfiber cloths for cleaning my brushes because I felt like I was using too many paper towels. It seemed like a bad thing to do. Oh, I'm really liking that graphite. I like the color of it. This one's kind of a hot mess over here, though. But I like how there's only one blue sky bit, kind of trying to explore different ideas for the skies. Okay, I think this is coming along quite nicely, actually. I really like this one. Let's start making some marks through here with our scraper tool. I'll leave a link to this above. I'm just going to make some scrapey marks through here, kind of just give it a little bit more visual interest. If you guys have been here for a minute, you know that this is turning out to be my favorite thing in the world. I just love how it adds just a little bit of texture and some marks. Again, don't press too hard when you're using it because it will tear your paper. It's pretty sharp. You can see up here we're a little drier. Let's spread some a little bit more water on there so we can keep our paper wet. You can really get in there and get some good marks. I think we're going to let this dry and then we'll come back with some more color. Okay, so I wanted to play with the idea of adding like a bright color to a pretty neutral landscape, which is why I picked the sepia and the Payne's gray. So I've got some pretty bright colors here. We're just going to kind of see what happens. I'm only going to use one per page here. I just kind of want to play around with this idea and see, like, does it work? I tried to get colors that maybe I would never use. So my idea was just to add them and make marks that kind of make sense. I don't know. And I chose the oil pastels because I really want these pieces to pop a little bit. You can always scrape back in. Oh, I like that one. And I think I think it mostly is gonna be just a little bit of color. Like, how can we use one color to really make these landscapes do something, right? I mean, I really like that line there. What if it came more down like this? Is this too much? Don't know. This one's kind of lacking here at the bottom, I think. Ooh, I like how it's mixing with that. A little bit of that charcoal there. That's kind of fun. Like that's really cool how it's like mixing with that graphite. And it made like a whole new color. Interesting. I love it. See, this is why we play. That's why we play with our materials. Let's come in. Do I want to do this gray? This one's a little bit more muted. It's more of a warmy gray blue, but I really like this color. And you can see that my marks, I tend to make, like the flow of my landscape seems to be, it seems to be the same. Like, I don't know. And I guess that's okay. Because I'm working on the cold press or the cold press paper, it's going to be really hard to get a really sharp line. But what happens if we come back in? Ooh, those are fun. Those are fun marks. Ooh, look at that one. That's a good mark. Scraping back into the page with the scraper is fun. Okay, this was one that I'm pretty excited about. I love most colors, but I think I just thought it would be interesting to try something that was completely not colors that I would normally use. And is it possible to use a bright color on a neutral sort of setting? Does it make it feel off? Does it make it feel better? I don't know. So far, I'm liking it. What if it was more like this? What if we made more of these types of marks coming through there? Yeah, that's good. That's good. And I'm not wanting to cover everything up. I'm just trying to enhance it. Let's come in with this other yellow. You guys know normally I would just use an ochre or a burnt sienna. But what are we feeling about these bright colors? I think they're kind of cool. If that came through like that, kind of made like a, I don't like that line there. Sweet. The cool thing about oil pastels too is that you can think about how you're putting the mark down and how you're smoothing it out to create motion in the piece. You can see that that does something different than if it was just horizontal. But do we like it? I don't know. I don't know if I like it. I want to get too many lines. Maybe more of that. I really like the charcoal though. Okay, so the last color we've got here, and I'm going to look at them and come back, I think. Oh, this pink is fabulous. It's more of a salmon than a pink, but it's really pretty. I kind of want like maybe a mark coming in this way. What if it wipe this off? Just put a mark coming through here. It's amazing how just adding like a hint of a mark can totally change how the feel of the whole thing is. Like that color feels different to me. Now that we've added in a few marks, it feels more dynamic. This one here is not really working. I like how that comes down. Maybe we need like a bit more boldness through there. Let's add even more. What if it was, we made marks coming through here. The good thing about the pastels too is if you don't like something, you can just rub it away. This one I feel like, this is probably my least favorite. I'm not sure how I feel about this one. But I love how we can see through them. I feel like this is, we need more of that color. Maybe it comes up a little bit. Maybe we have red on our finger and we just added pink into it. Oh well. The dangers of pastel. Forget which finger you've been using. Maybe it needs to come down like that shape. That's better. It's a little much. I'm going to sit with these for a minute and see what I think. We have got some of the black oil pastel on this Deli paper. A big chunk on my finger. I'm just going to add some little bits of mark to just give these a little bit more something, something. Another layer of marks, I think, would be good. That was a good mark right there. Remember, your oil pastels are going to take a while to cure, so make sure you spray them if you like it with a fixative, UV spray, Darmar varnish. Those are fun. I like adding these just little. It's funny because my lines used to be much more crazy, and now they've gotten little short, stubby kind of marks, which is interesting to me. I like them because they kind of feel like more landscapey to me. Landscapey. Just add a bit of definition. I don't want too much. Remember, once you put down the oil pastels, you can't go back over with watercolor. So you're going to make sure that this is the last layer, not the first. Otherwise, you're going to end up with a messy, gooey mess. Nobody wants that. Maybe some more of these types of marks. Okay. I think we're ready to take the tape off. Okay, so here's one of them. I really like how this little bit through there is mixing with the pastels and the marks that we got going on here, and the blue and the sepia. I think this is a really nice color combination. I really like this one. Okay, let's look at the next one. This is like the turquoise one. This is probably one of my least favorites. I don't know that I love this color. As I'm continuing to make marks. I don't know. It kind of works, but I don't think it works. It feels too beachy to me, too sea foamy. I don't know. Not my favorite, but I do like these lines in the sky up here that we put in with the stylus. I think those are really cool. And I actually kind of like this little area right here. But overall, not my favorite. Okay, this one I was unsure about, but I kind of like it. I kind of like it. It's shockingly goldy green, olivey, like pea soup. I don't know, but I like the lines. Oh, let's put more lines in. Through here. I kind of like it with the sepia. I'm not sure I like it with the Payne's gray, but I do like it with the sepia. I think this one's okay. I like these lines coming through here. All of these different marks we get going on there. Definitely going to play with that a little bit more, that idea. Okay, so that's 2. This is another one that I really like this one. I think this color works real well with both the sepia and the Payne's gray, although there's not a lot of Payne's gray in this one. Like the charcoal kind of took over. I really like these marks down here. I like this mark right through here. And I like the sky. I like this mark through here. This one's good. I like this one. Okay. The pink. The salmon. I like it. I think it works probably the best with both the sepia and the Payne's gray. I like the lines coming through here. I like this mark coming through here and this because it gives it a lot of movement. I like these marks through here. I should have put more in the sky. We can probably fix that by doing that. All right. Add some pencils back in there. Yeah, I like this one. And then finally, this blue one. I think this one is really pretty. I like a lot of things about this. I love this section down here where we've got the uh, graphite blending with the oil pastel, which is something I don't think I've ever done before, but I'm going to keep that in mind because that was a really nice combination. I like the lines in the sky. I love this mark. How fun is that? I love these little bits here. This one is pretty good. So I would think my two favorites are, I believe, these two. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Is this something that you'll try? Get out your paper, divide it up into pieces, and just start making marks and just start playing and have fun. Don't care about what you make. Don't be concerned if it's perfect or not. Don't use a lot of colors. Just pick, like I did, a couple of colors for the base color. Add some crazy marks on top. Keep it real simple, and you start to see patterns emerging and what you can make with your work. So that's your challenge for the week. I want you to make some pieces and have some fun and not worry and use some paper. Don't let it sit in a drawer. All right. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you next week with another video. Thanks so much. Bye.